here.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
If you don't love old school wrestling, I don't know what to tell you guys. But anyway, I didn't even know I had that up. But we're live here. This is the fourth night in a row that I've streamed here on the channel. And yeah, I don't. I got the Smallmouth Crush, Epic Eric. They're going live right now. So if you don't want to watch me talk about random stuff, go over there. I got the Smallmouth Crush, Epic Eric. They're going live right now. So if you don't want to watch me talk about random stuff, go over there. I got the Smallmouth Crush, Epic Eric. They're going live right now. So if you don't want to watch me talk about go over there. I got the Smallmouth Crush, Epic Eric. They're baits. We'll do what you want to do. I got an echo. Hold on. What about now? Can you guys hear me? Echo now? It's gone. All right. Make sure you can hear me. What's up, Simon, Leo, all the normal guys? So, let you guys know, we've had pretty good participation on the net bait giveaway. Matter of fact, I'll actually say YouTube is probably the most participated spot right now. So, thank you guys so much for smashing the like button. Go ahead and do that on this video for me. And then commenting, I've got something in my eye. And then commenting your favorite colors. It's pretty cool to see the different variety of color and a lot of similarities across the country on that. So that was one reason. That's why I comment. But what's up, Phil Byrne? One thing about it is, so I got a call from American Bait Works Net Bait today. They're going to post that giveaway on their page, but whoever went, and so they're going to double the giveaway. And I don't remember if they said they're going to draw a second name or if they're going to double whoever wins on my giveaway. So what's up, Gilson? FFJs did not drop today, unfortunately. I talked to 3FFishing.com, the main man, Kyle, and he said it's probably going to be Saturday or Sunday. He said he's poured more baits in this batch than it's ever been dropped. So I know most batches of their baits are like 300 to 400 baits. So I'm going to guess there's about 600 XPS swimmers coming. And if you don't know about the babe, my man Joey Nunnery, he knows. But this guy right here, this is the Table Rock Shad one. This one's almost just like a clear pink back. It's got a little yellow, but I like these colors like this, man. Very translucent. That's very gizzard shadish. And then the FFJ to get that blue back. Thanks, Gelson, man. I think some of these shirts are on sale on the 6 Cents website right now too. That right there, 3FFishing.com. Be looking this weekend. As soon as they come in, Kyle said he would let me know, and I'll make sure I let you guys here on YouTube and the stream first before I blast it out on my other social media programs. But if you're looking for a certain color, message the 3F Fishing Facebook page and say, this is what I'm looking for, and I'll have Kyle message me, and I might can hold them for you. What are my thoughts on redemption rods, and are they USA made? I've used Brent's topwater rod. It's awesome. They're put together in the United States. I don't know where the blanks are from, so I can't say either way. They may be made in the United. They may be buying U.S. blanks, but they're very good craftsmanship on the rods. Love the topwater rod, and I love their cranking rod. It's really good for smaller crankbaits. I would not use a stinger hook on the babe. It's just so soft. If you get a bite on a stinger hook, it's going to rip the whole swim bait. There's really no need to it. Just going to show you here. They choked this thing. I happened to catch one the other day on it. Look at this. Look at this babe. Look at this thing down this dude's throat. Yeah, that color's the natural. When they eat the babe, they absolutely choke that thing. And everything Kyle said was coming as the harness version, which is the best one. If you want it to sink a little faster, you can add a little net weight. I have not used Smash Tech swim baits. I know a lot of guys talk about them, but I got my feelings a little hurt a few years ago when my boy Ben Parker come out with a swim bait, and they knocked it off, and I got kind of, you know. And Ben's swim bait, it wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good the first month or two, and it was a total different deal. And the small Ben Parker swim baits are still good. They are a great swim jig trailer, actually. Okay, on those large glide swim baits, do you swap out the hooks or go with stock? For the most part, stock. But if I find one I really like, Hank, like say S Waver or like the Shizzard or something like that, if I find one I really like, I will change those hooks. I like the owner stuff, like the ST46, 41s, for those big glides. But here's the deal. Some of these glide baits are like jerk baits. They're tuned to the hooks that are on there. And if you start messing around with, if they're lighter hooks, sometimes they make a glide sink slower. A heavier hook, it make it sink faster. So, what type of action do you like for topwaters with trebles? I like a medium rod with a moderate action, moderate fast. And that's what that All-Star is. I've gotten away with a medium heavy. Fast action, it's not bad, especially for bigger baits. But you know, my topwater rod's very similar in action to my jerkbait rod, and a lot of times I've thrown a jerkbait on my topwater rod. It loads up really good. I like a shorter rod. Honestly, I like about a 6'8" to 6'10". That's perfect length. 7 foot's not bad, but I'm not a tall guy, so a lot of times instead of me going directly down while I'm walking a bait, I go at an angle. So, what's up, Kyle Millette? What is a good spinning reel for shaky head? Trying this year and trying to get better with it. The Daiwa Fuego 2500 is really good, and the Shimano Noski. Those are your two best spinning reels at $99. Guys always ask what's the best for a certain technique. Unless it's crankbait, it's pretty much your price you're going to pay, Joe. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, I would go with the Shimano Noski or the Daiwa Fuego. And you can even find a Daiwa Tatula LT, used one for around 100, 115 bucks. That's the one I got. I don't throw a shaky head on a spinning rod, though. I use a bait caster. All you need is a sensitive 7-foot medium heavy rod. And use 12-pound fluorocarbon and get you a reel like a Daiwa SV that's meant for throwing finesse baits, and you're going to have no problem. I mean, shoot, I threw shaky heads on old Abu Rewa for a long time. The Beriski frog, I don't think it's hype. It's definitely secret, though, in certain areas of the country. Like, it's really good out on the Potomac River and stuff like that. But those guys know about it. But guys like me and Epic Eric and a few other guys that know about it, we just don't talk about it. It's a great frog, but it's not super weedless. It's amazing just over the top of grass. Like the grass is just inches below the surface because it will snag up. It's actually decent on very light ripple or slick water. But there's an art form to it. If you don't get the cadence just right, you're going to think, man, it's a piece of crap. But once you get it right, it's awesome. So I like the Wesley Strader Bossa Flat Side. That's a good bait. Yes, the Champion 736 can double as a frog rod, Caleb. That's actually a really good rod for frog. And I actually like the 735. It's just got a little bit more tip, but you can frog with that. It actually makes a pretty good swim bait rod, too. Correct, Brian. It's a good frog rod. Better for mat fishing than maybe open water fishing. What's up, Joe? Big Red Bass. Terminator Walking Frog, I've thrown it. It's pretty decent. I actually like it quite a bit. There's a lot of guys who really like it. It's got a good hookup ratio on it. Dude, that Quantum rod is a really good topwater rod, Joe. And I got your stuff ready. It's going in the mail tomorrow too. I haven't forgot about you, brother. I got a lot of stuff sent off the mail. It's gonna be a crazy day. Post office is gonna love me this week. I'm just getting into swim baits. What do you recommend? Don't listen to people like me on the internet. That's what I recommend. No, I'm just kidding. You don't want to spend too much before you have success. Okay, don't go buy a swim bait rod. Don't go buy a swim bait reel. If you've got a 7 foot to 7'6" medium heavy rod and a decent reel, put you some 17-pound fluorocarbon on it and buy you some Scottsboro tackle, 5-inch swim baits, and buy you some Zoom swimmers. All right, entry level beginner swim baits, and I would just use them on a jig head first and fish out deep. You know, buy some jig heads from ½ ounce and just start fishing them. Okay, and once you figure out that you can catch some fish on them, then start maybe getting you a decent setup. But I see too many people spending lots of money just to throw baits like that. You don't have to have another setup to throw hollow belly swim bait. Yes, so it comes out of the same exact factory as the S-Waver, John D. There's almost nothing different but the paint job. My Instagram handle is right here. Yeah, man. Bradley, if you'll check out my friends over at Scottsboro Tackle, he'll have the Zoom swimmers. He may even have some BaxTrex left. And they definitely probably have their Scottsboro in stock. If not, just go to Tackle Warehouse. Tim at Scottsboro said he makes sure his TW is full of his baits before his own. So I have caught a ton of fish on a 7'3" medium heavy rod on swim baits. It's actually, for hollow bellies, my favorite thing, or even a 7-foot. Okay, I just received my True Bass swim baits. Never have thrown a hollow belly. No idea. Best way to rig it. Suggestions. Let's just rig one up, man. Just rig one up. I'm going to get 2 different ones here. I'm going to get these are really good ones too if you guys are shopping for swim baits. Hey, Will, I don't throw a lot of 3/4 ounce shaky heads, but if I do, I'm going to throw a Hog Farmer, and I'll get to that here in a second. We're going to do a little tutorial on rigging a swim bait. Whew. Yeah, so if Scottsboro's running behind, go to TW. I love the quiver worm. Yes, I do have an old school video on rigging swim baits. I need to redo that because I've learned a lot of things. So, all right, this is this right here. This is the Berkeley hollow belly. Really good, really close to that BaxTrex design. They got the power bait in there. So I'm going to take me. I just happen to have a swim bait hook in here. Alright, so let's see if this is going to be the one. Yeah, so this is an owner. I believe this is a 6/0. I actually use a little bit bigger hook than most people. I actually like the hook to hang quite a bit down. It's got a screw lock here. 6 cents makes screw lock hooks like this. They're even cheaper than a beast hook. And I'll line it up with the nose. Put my pin right here in the nose. If I'm going to fish, let's say 8 foot of water or less, over the top of grass in heavy cover, or any cover around boat docks, I'm going with the beast hook. So you just screw this into the nose of the bait. And you can be a little off. You know, my screw come a little out to the side. That's going to be okay. But the key is to make sure when this hook can fold, it's very easy, nice and straight. It's not like crooked. All right, so I'll see where this thing's coming out. Push that up in the butt. Kind of like rigging a plastic worm. You want to be nice and straight here. And I'm in like Flynn. And I've got this thing rigged up. It's a little crooked. Some of these hollow bellies, they will bend out on you really easy. So I just expose it a little bit. And I actually like my hook point sticking up. So that's rigged. That's going to run pretty good. It's pretty decently straight. These Berkeleys are a little bit more narrow. If you get that thing crooked, let's see if I got a different hook here. I got a whole box of swim bait hooks. So. God, this thing is heavy. Heavy, heavy. Oh, you're too big. But that's basically how you rig on a beast hook. Now, my other way to rig is just with a swim bait head. Now, I'm sorry I'm not looking at the chat or paying attention right here, but the Berkeleys, I would recommend a 5/0 or 6/0 swim bait head. They're just so narrow that a beast hook almost overpowers them. Put these back in the package. Yes, I'll show you how to rig one on a screw lock head. I don't really use hollow bellies on a screw lock, but let's see what I got here. Let's see what I got here. TAW's website is not down. They're just not shipping real fast, so. Where is my, all right. So my other head I like to use, this is like a revenge style, any swim bait head you like. I like this one. It's got a pretty light wire, believe it or not. Zoom swimmer, and this isn't a screw lock. Very simple. Push your bait up like that. Pop that to the back end, and I just push it up there. This Zoom swimmer, you almost don't even need glue. That's a perfect size hook. I see guys that have hooks that go way back here and all that. All you need is a hook that comes out about right there. And I like the plain heads. I don't think it makes a dang bit of difference. If you do want to glue this on the Zoom swimmer, you can. But man, I've thrown one for like 2 months and never glued it. This thing holds up really, really good. That's my favorite color right there. That's hitch number 1. The Bass Pro Shop also has a huge sale on KVD swim bait. So North End's fishing pretty good, man. There's a pretty good amount of shad and there's a decent amount of bass, Joey. Lots of 13 to 15 inches and lots of 5-pounders is what I've been seeing. So what's up, Darius? So if you want to know how to put it on a screw lock, this is the 6 cents Divine swim bait head. I usually don't use screw locks on hollow bodies, but because you see, once you bust this open, here's a zoom because I just rig it. It's open, so you can't re-screw it. But you can use some mend it and put it on. And most of your hollow bellies, they're so soft at the nose. You know what I mean? That's their hollow belly because there's no meat in the middle. So if I was going to use a swim bait that's got a solid body and put this head on it, let's just go right here. Let's go right behind us. Get one of these 6 cent swim baits. Baitman Jr.'s wanting to be up in here. He's in trouble. He won't do his schoolwork. I blocked him out. I'm trying to stay organized, guys, so I'm sorry it's taking so long. Alright. Here we go. I'm going to show you how to use a screw lock. This is the 6 cents Divine swim bait. This is a sweet color. This is called Live Minnow. It's almost a smoked purple. I bet this would be an amazing clear water and smallmouth color. And man, I am really impressed with this dude. When I put this behind a swim jig, it's amazing. So y'all check out that color, man. Smoked purple, got some gold flake in it. Oh baby. Make sure you're on that 6 Cents website, use my code Baitman for 10% off. I ain't got room in here for you tonight, bud. Alright, screw lock head. This is from 6 Cents. I love this head because it's got a brush guard. Alright, you want the back of the bait facing the hook. We're going to go in to right where it's just perfect. It doesn't quite go to the center. Push it and just keep going till you get about where you want to come out. This one's cool because it's translucent. And on this bait, it's got a little slit. So go ahead and then get it right to the screw. And just start turning. And see how I take the tail and the head and I just twist them, twist around, twist, go around, twist, 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 go around, twist, 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 go around. And on this head, I'm going to keep pushing till I get right up against the head. And that right there is going to get her dead. And I look, now I'm pretty center. I'm a little off by a little bit, but I should be okay. I'm actually in the center of the swim bait. Oh yeah, that right there, nasty. That is smallmouth candy. Do that work right now. Some real clear water. But I like these 6 Cents heads because they come with that fluorocarbon weed guard. You can throw a swim bait in places you normally can't. This color is called Live Minnow. That's on that 6 Cents website. How much of a pain was it tying up that pegboard? It was like that in this room before I got here. I've hung pegboard up before a lot my day and it sucks. I'm actually thinking of buying a shit pile of Bass Mafia boxes and putting all this stuff in the Mafia boxes other than the plastic. What's up, Cameron? Didn't smoke them at the X, man. I was a little stingy. Caught a few good ones. I did mostly filming. Alright, gonna catch up with some questions. I love my Mafia coffins. I really like the caskets, the clear ones. Thoughts on Carbon Light 2.0 from Bass Pro? Actually, I've heard they're pretty dang good. What's up, DIY Bass Fishing? I am not organized at all. It's pretty crazy. I'm sort of organized. Nightly streaming is the deal. Well, I appreciate it, man. Hopefully we get some more subscribers up. I'll be honest, live streaming actually kind of hurts the channel. It doesn't really take my videos and put them in suggested videos very well, but that's okay. I just want people to learn about baits and stuff like that. I'm not here trying to make millions of dollars or wear a jersey and beg you to sub my channel so I can go to my sponsors and ask for tens of thousands of dollars. But hey guys, I hate to tell you this too. There's not going to be more squirt on the channel. They slid in my DMs today and they said, "Hey, Baitman, we like you, but we've decided to drop you for a chick. We're going to give her 15% off because she's got a little bit nicer rack. She's a little bit better to look at. So I lost my squirt." They said she doesn't know anything about fishing, but she's got big tatas and she's got some tattoo sleeves, and she's really playing up the 8 Mile crew. And damn, I lost my 10%, and I'm kind of pissed off about it. So I'm going back to the do and welfare bear. Just these chicks on Instagram, they just got so much more to offer than me. I don't get it. I sell a lot of baits. All right, Caleb, talk to me on some deep crankbaits. I have a DT16 5 8XDs. What else do you need? You need a Series 5 Strike King and 6XDs. You need some Cloud 15 and Cloud 20s from 6 cents. Um, if you want to go, here's the thing. I love 8XD. I have smashed their lights out. I The first weekend out there in the tournament, Louis, my fishing partner, caught like 4 20-pound bags on it for like all within 2 hours. It was like every cast a 4 pounder. But if you want to go real deep, you go with the Strike King 10XD. In my opinion, is the best ultra deep crankbait. A lot of guys say it pulls their arm off. I disagree. I think it's doesn't pull that hard. Um, Z-Boss 25 and the Cloud 25. Those three that's really all you need if you're going to go over 25 feet in depth. If you want to go 20 foot, Cloud 20, 6XD, Rapala DT 16 or 20. I like the 16 a little better in less than 20 foot. It's really about all you need. You don't have to get all these crazy. The Duo Realis Deep Diver, the G87, 20A is a really nasty deep crankbait too. So, dude, I think I'm going to start wearing a G string while doing streams. I have one Fritz side, and I've played around with the pull in. I've only used the 7. I'm not gonna lie. Here it is. It's actually Baitman Junior's bait. Here's the Fritz side 7 I've tossed around. I'm gonna be honest. This is probably one of the better baits that Berkeley has put out in a long, long time. Really, really good one. But I like the 7. Everywhere I look for, the 5s are all sold out. But it's got that old. It's got old school feel to it, and that's when I really like this bait. I'm going to show you guys a crankbait. I think I've shown it to you before. Do this guy right here. This Moongill 5XD. If you can find this thing, grab it. This thing is sick. It was designed by Mark Menendez. And this thing freaking catches. Matter of fact, Mark said he didn't even have any. He'd seen them in my box, so he grabbed a couple. And speaking of Mark Menendez, guys, Mark is going to be in here in the bait room in the studio tomorrow recording an episode of Baitman Raw. So after the video tonight, I want you to let me know what question do you want me to ask Mark. Do you want to know cranking? Do you want to know Asian carp? About the industry? No holds barred. It might be a 2-hour Baitman Raw. The Fritz side is actually more of a Rapala DT7. It's a little bit smaller. I haven't heard anything on Amart. I've heard he's doing good though. Yeah, Mark knows a lot. He's a great spinnerbait fisherman. I gotta trim my beard too. I look like a skank. Skanks sell though. I'm not gonna lie. I used to like the little skanks back in high school. MR6, man, look at you go. This guy's on it. What do I know about an MR6? Boom, Insta. Love this color. This kind of got that old school Ozark craw feel to it. Little purple in there. MR6 runs really good. Casts better than a DT6. Got the triple grip style hooks on it. I like this bait because one, if you're in some dirty water, got that rattle. Even the clear, definitely different. Joey makes a great point. Shaw Grigsby, he's fixing to have some surgery coming up. He's got cancer. Prayers for Shaw. Excellent human being. I'm going to put it that way. Shaw is an excellent human being. More than just a fisherman, and I really respect him. Great guy. One of the OGs in sight fishing and flipping. Shaw is just he's a phenomenal dude. He is fun to be around. That's the best way to describe it. Dude, that's an awesome color, Clayton. Apple juice coming out. Man, we're fixing to have some Grizz juice coming out. Why the short beard, man? Well, our silly freaking governor's fixing to make everybody in the state of Kentucky wear a mask if you go outside your house, and I'm really kind of pissed about it, to be honest with you. North end of Kentucky Lake is usually clearer than the south end. Yeah, we should. The skank. The skank sounds like a good glide bait. Just wear my neck gaiter. Yeah. So uh, that's one thing I like about the 6 cents shirts that's got the hood in the back. Guys, this is the same can I had last night. It was almost full. I've literally had 3 dips in 2 days. Oh my goodness, a $25 make you holler Joey Nunnery. You ain't got to do that, my friend. You ain't got to do that, brother. I got to message somebody real quick. Me and Joey's been planning on going fishing for like 4 years now, and it just never works. Joey fishes the south end of Kentucky Lake, and I tell you what, man, he is a great fisherman. The year I fished that Triton tournament, him and his partner had a huge sack. I think they were in the top 5 or something. But I'll tell you this story. Joey is an excellent sportsman too. Super nice guy, man. And he stuck around to see what we had the second day. I think they got a check too. But he's just such a respectful guy, and I've never heard anybody say anything bad about him. And that means a lot to me. Just got home from Rayburn. I hope you whacked him. The Shizzard is a great glide, Brittany. Matter of fact, I don't know if y'all seen my baby shiz. I think I'm actually going to send my Shizzard off to be custom painted, but I've been throwing it a lot lately. I'll see that grass on there. I've had some great big followers on the shiz. I just haven't hooked up. But look at this guy. This is a small shiz. A small shiz. Really like it. And I'm gonna start tossing this smaller one right now. But I'm thinking about painting it up in a bluegill color. I don't know. They eat these. These are not the most aesthetically pleasing looking glide baits, but they freaking catch. All right. I would almost fish Milliken's tournament. Dude, I'd love to get Debo on a stream. I've reached out to him, Dylan. He's actually pretty down for it. He's an Iowa fan. I'm a Vols fan. The last time they met in football, it was just Josh Dobbs went ham on Iowa. What color C15 you crank them suckers up on, Michael? The Rover is a copy of a Vixen. It's probably one of the best ones out there, too, Dan. BigFishBullies.com for the Shizzard. What's a good swim bait head? Cost effective. I like the Revenge. The Dirty Jigs, Matt Allen swim bait heads are really good, especially for hollow bodies. You want a half or 3/4. Scottsboro Tackle makes some good ones with screw lock. I think True Bass makes the True Lock. Again, 6 cents, the Divine heads that I have, the 6 cents Divine swim bait heads are really good for the money. They have probably the sharpest hook. Mm-hmm. So here's a swim bait. Joey says Ignite makes a great budget head. For some reason, I lost my heads, Joey. I need to get some. There's for these big. This is a Kentucky Lake deal right here. Joey, know what I'm talking about. Joey, how many big fish have you caught on this swim bait right here on Kentucky Lake? This is an Ignite swim bait. This color is Kentucky Lake Special. So this bait is truly solid. And this is the 5-inch version. And they got this color right here. Someone told me the BBZ swim bait was a knockoff of Jerry Rago. That is true. YouTube supports up in here. Wow. So check that out. That's Table Rock Special. That's the one I like. Joey likes the Kentucky Lake Special because his color down there on the south end of Kentucky Lake's a little dirtier. Guys in Gunnersville love that Kentucky Lake Special as well. But the guys pouring these, they're from Kentucky. They're great people. These 5-inch come 3 in a pack, and they just dropped a really nice there. So the world's worst fishing hand pour. I'm not gonna lie, these guys, you ought to see their stuff in person. World's Worst Fishing's a good dude. I like his stuff, but he's not pouring anything special. All his stuff is knockoffs of Scottsboro and stuff like that. The uglier the better on glides. I could agree with that. So they also make a 7-inch, and this is a nasty color right here. My Pickwick guys. The guys that fish Pickwick Lake love this chartreuse shad color right here. This is nasty. It's actually got a little bit of green hue to it. This is the 7-inch, man. But their pours, they have got it down pat with the colors and everything, man. I may have to do a swim bait giveaway here in a few weeks. I've got so much stuff loaded up. I've got all this stuff from Black Dog Baits, and we got to give away Black Dog. We're going to give away some 6 cents here this week. It is crazy. I'm still digging this right here, man. I'd throw this right now. You can fish them like a rising sun. The rising sun's a lot better at the waking action up top. That ignites a lot better what I'd call a ledge swim bait. Now they make some that are lined through as well. And that mold is actually a copy of a company called Top Shelf Swim Baits, but it's hard to kind of get those top shelves. So 316 or the triple trout. I'm going triple trout just on the price. I love the 316 stuff though, man. You know, Mikey's an odd dude. I think he's a good dude. He's one of those guys sometimes needs to back away from the keyboard on social media, but I respect him. I respect his baits, man. He's an OG guy. That rising sun is nasty. Yeah, man. I didn't even realize I had this color, and it's not just because it's purple, but man, that right there would get 8. I'm gonna take her off though. I like to put my stuff back in the pack because you never know when I'm going to need it. And the thing about these screw lock heads is once these baits are on, you pretty much have to unscrew one to get it off. So you put it on, you screw it on clockwise, and you take it off by rotating counterclockwise. These Divine swim baits, man, they are durable. But throw one on a swim jig and it will blow your mind the action these things have. Yeah, Darius, I got purple. You know it. Man, this is a super freaking sharp hook. And they make these weedless heads, I think, up to 3/4. But the other Divine heads, they make up to 1 ounce. Rago and Dahlberg, they're real OG in swim baits. I would put, who else would be an OG? I'll be honest, I think Byron Velvick's an OG swim baiter. At least on the pro fisherman pro scene. You got Paul Bailey, the Bailey brothers. Mike Iaconelli used to throw a lot of big baits too. He learned quite a bit going out west. Matt Allen, Tim Little, I think they're OG. Dang, one of your best lakes went private, man. You know, I fish some private lakes every now and then, and I just like going and testing baits, you know. S-Waver, I figured out the best way for me to catch them on an S waiver, and what Matt Robertson did was fishing it really slow, and they freaking smoked it. Lunker Punker definitely has a really wide side-to-side glide. I don't have anything that will glide that far on top. Colonel Reb, I think I would agree with you there. I think the booty shaker is okay. It's not a bad bait. It wouldn't be in my top 10. I actually do like the smaller ones pretty well, but the big ones, they're more floppy than they are swimming action. Colonel Reb, he knows about some swim baits. What's up, man? Colonel Reb, he'll be on that Lane Kiffin train this fall if we play some football. Daryl, I know the answer, and I don't, out of Mark's respect, I don't think he's going to answer that, and I don't blame him, but I know in private, and I'm not going to repeat that. There are some guys that use a tube hook and a hollow belly. The Tackle Warehouse has, and I think Hookup Tackle may have the Blade Runner inserts or the Strike King. That's a good way. Or you can, like I said, use a tube hook or a round ball. You can stuff it up in there. Frank, Baitman's best bait for this year. It's a good one, dude. A new bait or just what I've been, dude. That hybrid jig from 6 Cents. I don't know if y'all saw my IG story. I'm going to let's see here. See if I go on my video here. If you didn't see my IG story, my buddy Mr. Lake X, I thought he was recording the whole fish catch. Check out this joint. Caught that dude. There's the hybrid jig down there. That is a jank right there, boys. That's been my most productive bait, believe it or not. But for this year, man, I'll be honest, man, that Fritz side is really good. I'm gonna go with that. I don't think I've got anything that's that new. I think the all the 6 Cents plastics are really good, obviously. But as far as that's about the only stuff I know for this year. What's up, Chad Simmons? How do I insert glass rattles into a soft plastic lure? Well, we can do that. If I got some here. Let's find a lure we can put one in. We can we'll get this BaxTrix out, or Zoom Swimmer out again. There are guys that put rattles in these. Just a heads up. Let me find my glass rattles. That's probably they're probably somewhere where I can't get to them. So basically, if I'm going to put a glass rattle in a bait, I make a small incision, and you can do that with your swimbait hook. You can just like take the top of that back out right there. So I made me a little small hole, and just shove your rattle right down in there. That's all you gotta do. Like on a tube, you just stuff them up in there. But if your bait's solid, you have to use those little bitty worm. If your bait's solid, you have to use those little worm rattles. So. Top selling bait for 6 Cents. Believe it or not, I think it's just the 50X Crush. The Crush 50X. That's my guess. I don't know. But you got to remember, the Quake 70 is really good. But the Quake, the 50 Crush is in all the academies and all those other places too. So tomorrow night on the stream, I'm going to have a guest on here if we can get it hooked up right. His name is Rich, a.k.a. Hella Bass, and he's a great dude. I love his YouTube channel. He's been a subscriber for a long, long time, Facebook friend of mine. And so I'm going to bring him in and let Hella Bass do some talking. And we're going to talk baits and what he likes and stuff like that. I think he's a really good guy, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Yeah, the booty shaker. I don't like those big freaking tuna hooks. Once your hook starts going past halfway, it starts to affect the action of the bait, and I think you miss a lot of fish because a lot of those um, fish actually eat head first, and then they get hooked on the side of the head, and you lose them. Yeah, man, we can tell some definite stories. The Japanese tackle shops I use are closed due to the virus. Very fishy. What do I think? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in China still closed. A lot of companies are really hurting right now to get their stuff. Yeah, there you go. Put a glass right on the shank of a flipping hook or a big shaky head with heat shrink. That's a great idea. Yeah, Hello Bass that's in here right now. Uh, if we can work it out, he'll be on tomorrow night. If not, I'll just be here. I have not set the hook on a battle shad reb. Saturday night I had, or last week I said I had this plan. I was going to go out. I was going to film a bunch of baits underwater. I took I had a box twice this big full of baits. Sunk my GoPro in the water, and it just didn't look right. And I pulled it out, and that freaking case had a leak in it, and it ruined my GoPro. But I am going to throw it some. And the more I read on that battle shed, it's not like a ledge bait. It's more in that 8 to 10 foot range. It doesn't really run that deep. But I think maybe on some of that shallower stuff on Pickwick or Kentucky Lake, it would definitely get a big bite. I'm with you, Darius. There better be some football, man. I know you like them cards, them Louisville cards, and I'm cool with that. My father-in-law is a huge Louisville fan, so is my wife, and I enjoy Louisville because they usually beat the brakes off the Cats for the most part. I spent 150 on the 6 cent site and got a premium tailored sack. Then this month I didn't renew, so I hit them up. I had to redo the survey. Kind of bummed I missed this month's sack. Well, Brittany, I tell you what, I have a Baitman sack as well, and I, and it's got right now it's kind of the pre-spawn baits, but I'm fixing to change it this week to the Baitman's post-spawn stuff. So it's going to have some deep crankbaits in it, probably some shaky heads, maybe even some wobble heads, and 2 or 3 different soft plastics that I think you guys can use great for offshore fishing. But if you get that premium sack, Brittany, use my code Baitman Super 6. You can get $10 off that. Frankie, how much do I spend on tackle baits and gear each year? I don't know. I haven't really spent that much lately. When I order from TW, if I'm, maybe $100 a month, maybe. I've been blessed that a lot of people has helped me out, and I don't have to spend that much. I mean, all my 6 cent stuff, they take care of me on that. So I don't spend that much because when I do spend, I usually buy enough stuff that's going to last me a while. The giveaway, I'm going to do it Friday night, guys. I changed it to do Friday night. I just didn't feel like I had enough time on social media for that to really ball. So make sure you get on Instagram and my Facebook page to get on that too. And so you can enter on YouTube, you can enter on Instagram and Facebook. It gives you 3 entries, and then when NetBait posts it, you can get a 4th entry. Thanks, Ron. I appreciate that. So what I'm going to do as well, if you make an order and use my code Baitman on the 6 cents site, screenshot your order where you've used the code. It's not going to show your credit card information or anything like that. Screenshot it or send it to me on Instagram, whatever, and then I'm going to write your name down, and we're going to do a random drawing, and someone will win this month's Super 6 sack. So I'm going to do that for like 2 weeks. I'm going to keep a total of your names and how many people's used the code. Screenshot it, email it to me. I'll put my email somewhere, or DM me on Instagram or Facebook. Send me a screenshot of that. I'll put it in a pile, and we're going to draw for that 6 cent Super 6 sack, which is right here. So use my code. You got a chance. You get your free $40 of lures. Do the Jank Juice box again. I missed it and won it. The Jank Juice box is up. You can still get it. Change the 100X to the 50X. There, Clay. They sold out a 100X like that. I actually talked to Casey on the phone, and he said, dude, it was crazy. He said people were ordering your box and ordering like 3 100Xs at one time. So awesome, Eric. I'm glad you went over there at Academy, man. Loaded up on some great deals on terminal tackle. So, but Jank Juice is coming in the Cloud 15, the 20, and I believe the 10, and then it's also coming in the Crush 500 DD crankbait, and I believe something else too. Yep. When you guys make your order, make sure you screenshot it, email it to me, Instagram, whatever you got to do, get it to me, and all that. All right. Dan says, how did I get connected with 6 Cents? So I'll be honest. I had never talked to Casey at one time, and Zach Burge, he was sponsored by 6 Cents, but I was ordering wholesale stuff for Tackle Shop, and I kept seeing some of their stuff pop up on the database, and so I ordered a little bit of it, for the store, just so I could, like $50 worth, so I could look at it. I thought, man, this is pretty good looking stuff, and I bought a couple 50X for myself, and I bought a Dogma topwater, and man, I caught a lot of fish on that Dogma, and then I broke it off. I forgot how I lost it. I think I got it hung in riprap actually, and so I called Casey up, and well, long story short, my wholesaler quit carrying it. Now I'm like, man, what the heck? So I talked to Casey on the phone through email exchanges, and started stocking a little bit, and then went to another tackle shop, and me and Casey had already been talking a lot, and said, I really want to load up on your stuff, and man, stuff took off like wildfire, and I started using the Quake 70, and literally the first time I used the Quake 70, I caught a 5-pounder, like third cast, and then I fished a tournament, and it's a really big tournament on Kentucky Lake, the Jetta Marina, and we just needed one really big fish to have it like a top 5 sack, but I caught all my fish on that Quake 70 in Tiger Truce, and from then on, man, I was just like, I love this stuff. The Quake 70, their square bills, the Dogma topwater, the splashback, and then I started throwing that jerk bait last year, and I just developed a good relationship with Casey. I like his baits, man. That's all it is to it, and I don't mind promoting their stuff because it works. I've always promoted Strike King stuff. They're soft plastics, they're hard baits. I have a great relationship with the people over there at Strike King, and they tease me about being Mr. 6 Cents, but they understand, and Casey said, let me help you out. Don't buy a bunch of baits from me. You sell a lot of stuff for us, and that's just kind of how it is. I would go with the 6/0 Owner Beast or the 5/0 6 Cents belly weighted hook. I really like that 6 Cents one. They got more options there. They got from a 3/0 all the way up to a 7/0. So a 5 or 6 right there is going to be best for the 5-inch Zoom swimmer. I'm glad you're not with Catchco anymore. Yeah, so I'll be honest with you, Michael. Catchco, MTB, they always treated me really well. But the whole Guggen baits thing really, I put it in an email, and I was nice to them. I said, listen, y'all have been good to me. Y'all have done more, really actually done more than you should, even though it's just sending me baits every month. But here's the deal. I can't promote an MTB box if it's got Guggen baits in it, the hard baits especially. And, I'm not going to say what was said in the email. They were nice. They understood. Said, hey, if you ever want to come back with us, just let us know. But I'm a really loyal guy. And that's just how it's going to be. I'm lucky that I'm loyal with Reaction Innovations and Missile Baits, Big Bite, Strike King, 6 Cents, all those people. They take good care of me, and I like their stuff. So the Jank Juice box, it'll be the Baitman pre-spawn box. It's not all Jank Juice clay. It's just one bait and Jank Juice. But I'm waiting to see when this new stuff comes in, because if the new colors of Jank Juice are in the deep crankbaits, when I do this post-spawn box, we'll do a pretty much Jank Juice one. But I could have done that in that box, but I don't want people to just get one color. And if they throw it and they don't have luck on it, even though it's my favorite color and I catch them on it, I don't want to feel like they've been had. So making those boxes, I'm putting colors in there where I feel like anybody from any part of the country can catch some fish. So the Guggen fluorocarbon is actually Sunline. I'll let you guys know that. So it's actually a good line. You know, I'm not going to knock it. Thanks, Blake. I appreciate it, man. You know, I call a turd when I see a turd. I'm not scared to do it. Compare the beaver to the prawn. Crap, I just threw two broken ones away. So the beaver is softer than a prawn. The prawn is like a high def beaver. It's a little stiffer. It holds up a little bit better. The beaver's OG, man. I'm going to throw them both. The beaver has a little bit more of a glide for some reason. The prawn's a slow, you know, falls head first and kind of spins, where the beaver kind of glides. I think a lot of that has to do with the plastic, but they're both good. And it's kind of one of those things. Hey, if I forgot my prawns, I'm going to throw a beaver. Forgot my beaver, I'll throw the prawn. I could have two rods with one of each tied up. They're really good baits. Who makes Strike King's new line? I have heard Sunline as well. All right, besides Brian Thrift, Brent Ayler, and Jacob Wheeler, who else is super rounded and very impressive, if not underrated? Edwin Evers is really damn good. Mark Daniels Jr., although I need to see Daniels out there on the ledges. Michael Neal is really good fisherman, actually. Let's see. Who's just really, really good? I mean, Kevin Van Dam. Yes, KVD is now with Luz. I mean, how can you not put KVD as one of the most well-rounded anglers out there? He can catch him on a jerk bait. He can catch him on a big crankbait. He can catch him sight fishing. He can catch him flipping. I mean, he's a machine. Let's see. Bought my first squirt today. Grapefruit, no caffeine drink. Not bad. It's good, man. But Blake, man, I lost my 10% off with squirt. So, you know, like I said, they decided to cut me after one day. They're hiring an Instagram model that doesn't know anything about fishing. She just looks a lot better than me. Let's see. When are you going to have Matt Robertson back on? Pretty soon, man. I got to get this thing edited with Matt. I said it was going to be up last Friday. It'll probably be this Friday. I've just got so much going on. I've got this stream. I've got a podcast to do tomorrow. I've got a podcast I got to upload tomorrow with Evan Barnes. I'm going to do that today. Hopefully, it doesn't hurt my YouTube channel to be doing a upload and a live stream on the same day. I don't know the way the algorithm works, but DIY bass fishing, I enjoy you joining. Short stream tonight, you know, smallmouth crush going on. I'm probably going to jump over there after my stream. And I appreciate the guys asking, hey, man, bring Baitman on. Me and Eric talk buzzbait so much. No offense to them, and Eric understands. I just don't want to get on there and talk buzzbaits once again, because I feel like I do that every time when me and Eric are on here. So dang, 185 of you guys watching. I truly appreciate that. Make sure you smash that like button for me. If I could pick three pros to fish with, it would be A-Mark, Hackney, and KVD. I'd love to be in the boat with A-Mark. I don't even know if I'd want to fish with. Is it true Bass Pro Fluoro is cigar? Yes, it's not red label. The cheap stuff is. So, I'll be honest, I've never had an issue with red label. Was that a 6 cents Tiger Truce crank you saw? That was the Tiger Truce Axis, is what that was. Thank you, Armstrong Custom Carpentry, for that smashing the like. It's kind of like slapping the bass, if y'all seen that movie. I've never had any luck on buzz baits. However, I want to try the squelcher. Here's the deal on a buzz bait. You got to throw it. Just like any bait, you got to throw it. And I think most people run a buzz bait too fast. If you will really slow it down, you'll catch more fish. And I actually will start with a really small one and then start going up to a bigger one. You start getting a lot of fish roll on a small one, or they're smashing it, not eating it. Get a little bit bigger one so you can reel it just a little bit slower, like a little bit noise. Boogerman, man, I love the Boogerman buzz bait. Boogerman, Chatterbuzz, Bass Alarm, those are good. I'll tell you some good buzz baits are the ones you just find hanging up at your local mom and pop store that someone just handmade. If they got a good squeak to it and it runs straight, it's usually pretty good. Here we are talking buzz baits once again. Flirt worm, it's a good spotted bass worm, and I catch mostly largemouth on it. This is going to blow your mind when I tell you the worm I've caught more smallmouth on than any other worm, and that is a 10-inch Berkeley power worm in plum. I've caught some great big smallmouth on it, Texas rig. I don't know why, but they eat that thing. Mark Zona is an awesome fisherman. I don't really think he cares much about fishing tournaments anymore. He fishes some with his son, and they usually dominate. He's an awesome dude. Hella bass, I would agree with that. If there's a lot of shad in your lake, a buzzbait seems to work really good. I don't think you were done by buying 3 Strike Pro Big Bubbas, even though Strike King's coming out with it repackaged here in a few months. The Accent double buzz is a really good buzz bait. Baitman, I found a Bobby's Perfect Frog with the rattle. Do they still make them with the rattle? I'm not sure if they do, but that Bobby's Perfect Frog is an amazing mat fishing frog, and it walks really good too. I don't know if it would or not, but honestly, you're defeating the purpose of a mag draft by putting the hook up top. It's not a HUD or something that's going to fish on the very bottom. It's kind of meant to be up off the bottom. Those fish, bass feed up. They don't hardly ever fish down. So that's something you'll learn offshore fishing. When bass are on the bottom, hug to the bottom, they're easy to catch. Once they start getting up 2-3 foot off the bottom, suspending, they're a little harder. But bass feed, they want to look up. That's why you catch them on jerk baits that are 5 to 6 foot off the bottom, not crashing into the bottom, because that's where your bass are located. So I would keep the hook on the bottom. Now you could put a stinger hook up top, if you get one that just smashes it and you just want to snag them. But that color was Moon Juice. Epic Journey, you like to roll on kitty turds. Okie dokie, bud. Thanks for letting us know. Jackal Carrera, great frog. Small frog, a finesse frog, and you will get a lot of bites on it because it's not a bigger frog, and you'll catch some great big fish because everybody's throwing these bigger style frogs, especially on the mats. You can go behind them with a Cara, or like out west, Matt Allen's big on skipping it way back in Thule's. Here it's good way back, under the willow trees and stuff like that. Just come back from your ex-sister's house. Okay, Joe, hopefully y'all are just hanging out, One time a buddy of mine came out. I'm not going to tell that story on YouTube. He might watch this and get mad at me. Do I target other species other than bass? Yeah, I actually like the bluegill fish quite a bit. I may do a little bluegill fishing with Baitman Jr. Should get on some of the red ears. Netflix and chill. Anybody here watch the Bulls documentary with Michael Jordan? Um, The Last Dance, dude. That's one of the most amazing docs I have watched in a long time. If you could have a pro fisherman, we could do a documentary on like that. I would love to see one. Actually, believe it or not, I want to see a Mike Iaconelli documentary. Think I think the way Mike took on the fishing world really quick, from going to basically almost bankrupt, living out of his vehicle. Uh, the classic was his last dance. If he didn't win or make a top five, he was done. He won it. And here's the deal about Iaconelli. For all the crazy stuff he's done and people don't agree with, he gives back so much to fishing, probably more than any other pro, and I respect him a ton. I have seen some of the 20 feet deep stuff. It's pretty good, but I want something that's done just like that. Um, the ESPN 30 for 30 stuff. The 20 feet deep stuff is good from what I've seen, but most of it's just an interview. It's not, cut scenes and talk from other people and stuff like that. But an Ike documentary, instead of The Last Dance, we call it The Last Cast. I think that would be awesome. Dude, I was there too, Hunter. That was my favorite classic there in New Orleans. Um, I actually went to watch Mark. He led for 2 days, and he told me when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. All right. Best baits when the water temp is 48 to 55. Lipless crankbait, a suspending jerk bait, and some kind of mid-depth crankbait like a curve 55 or rock crawler in a jig. I would watch a Mikey Balls documentary. Mikey's awesome. Baitman, I'm trying to get the babe swim bait with the harness, but they're not restocked yet. I know they go fast. Is there any way to get a jump on everyone else? Because I know they'll go fast. They've got 400 plus baits that they're going to put up there, William. If they sell those out that quick, I don't know. But the only way I know to get them is 3ffishing.com. And I'll make sure you turn on notifications, all notifications, so you can see my community update posts. I will post that on the YouTube community before I post it anywhere else. Yes, Aaron, I do dip. But I'm slowly quitting. This is the third dip I've had in 2 days. It just calms the nerves. Let's see, what are your thoughts on cranking after dark? I have done it. I had some custom painted DD22s at one time, and I caught several fish on it. I don't know if I can get Fighter on the stream, but I can probably get Fighter to do a podcast. I'll have to talk with Matt Robertson. They're really good friends. 200 viewers, 50 likes. Yeah, smash that like button at the. Tomorrow I want to get on a stream. I want to make sure this one had at least 150 to 200 likes. I dip chips and queso. Awesome. Thank you, Epic Journey, again. So I used to use sunflower seeds, and it actually tore my gums up worse than dip. It was really bad. A lot of that salt, I just can't handle it. I actually tried it and make some gum, and I just absolutely love. It's like orange flavor. But anyway, any other Q's and A's before I shut this thing down for the evening? I mean, I've really only been on an hour, but it's hard to think of a different topic every night. I don't want to ruin all my good ledge topics right now. It'll be ledge season very soon. Thank you, Brittany, for joining in. I appreciate you seeing here. Dude, tempo spinnerbaits, that's the deal, man. Top 5 flat side crankbaits. All right, that's good. DT flat. Let's see. The KVD 1.5 flat. These are all production that you can get anywhere. The flat 75 from 6 cents is amazing. Where is my flat side box? Give me that thing. Bomber flat A. And the old Bling 55. Check out that guy. But it's just so hard to beat a flat A and a DT flat, man. And that's stuff you can buy, but you know, all the other stuff like a baby pig and the CP and the Balsa Concepts, they're really good. Little John is awesome. Little John's kind of like a baby pig. It's kind of in between a flat side and a square bill. I'm a Shaker's a good one. Is the Axis worth $15? Man, is any bait worth the price they put on it? So here's my deal on the Axis. Kind of like nobody else is doing it. It's a lot more expensive process because that metal lip is kind of like a spinnerbait blade. It's going to cost, I don't know if you've gone and priced spinnerbait blades. They're ridiculous how much like a pack of 4 costs. It's like $8. So you get the metal lip. You had to create a whole new mold. Got premium trebles on it and something nobody else has. So yeah, I'm going to say it's worth the $15. What's my go-to flipping stick? I use a Douglas 755 Matrix to flip with. It's an awesome rod, man. I love those Douglas rods. So it's actually a swim bait rod, but I use it to flip with. Dude, I need that Bling 55 too, Dylan. That one's staying here, bud. I can find them on eBay. When would you stop throwing a flat side and switch to a square bill? You gotta let the fish tell me. You know, if I'm actually truly fishing in the spring, I may have a flat side, a square bill, a mid-depth crank. It just depends. If I'm having a lot of fish slap a flat side, I'm probably going to slow down with the square bill. If they're just eating a flat side, I don't change. If I'm around more wood and stuff, like stumps and stuff like that, I'm going to go with the square bill. If I'm around more smaller rock, I like a flat side. How do you tune a hog farm or hog wobbler? Mine tend to spin. How fast are you reeling it? That's the big deal. I get a lot of people say, man, and this is with any scrounger, they say, man, they spin on me. And I had a buddy, he kept saying, man, everyone I've ever bought's junk. I went out in the boat, and this is how he's throwing it. Throw it out there. I said, man, that's way too fast. All you got to do is reel about like this on a scrounger. You do not have to go that fast at all. The problem is a scrounger doesn't vibrate like a chatterbait, so you don't feel it like thumping. So a lot of guys tend to reel a little bit faster. You really need to slow it down. And if you watch my video with Jake Lawrence, you hear him pushing the button all the time. So he'll reel about 5 cranks, push the button, let it fall, then start reeling it again, push the button. And a lot of times those fish smash it. So, what color babes are close to sexy shad, and what other colors would you recommend? I could only for maybe 3. No problem, Tom. Rhino Licious is really close. It's more got that silver back. That's a really good one. That Table Rock's very close as well. Yeah, Fred Canatoy is an awesome dude, man. Great guy. But if you want to tune a hog wobbler, all you have to do is, you know how you put the lip on the head? I wish I had one here next to me. Maybe somewhere. Is spin that bill. You want it nice, perfectly straight, and also use that snap. Big Red Bass, do you mean keep it on the bottom? It's really hard to, for me to keep it on the bottom. Also, go to lighter line, Jordan. Use 12-pound fluorocarbon. I know some guys recommend 17, 20. You get the most action out of a scrounger on 10 to 12-pound fluorocarbon. Gotta get Jake on here to talk scrounger fishing. Jake Lawrence is the best dude I've ever been around on that. And use kind of a crankbait rod. You know, you want to have, you want them to eat that thing and load up on it. So anyway, well, Baitman Jr. is trying to sneak into the bait room. He's not. He's kind of disappointed me on his schoolwork, so he wasn't allowed to be on here tonight. But let's see. 208 people watching. Holy cow! Smash the like button for me. But anyway, make sure you guys get in on that net bait giveaway. I'm gonna run that till Friday. I'm gonna do a drawing here on YouTube before I stream. Get a winner. See if I can get your stuff out quick Saturday, and then again, use my code on the Six Sense Fishing website, which is Baitman. Send me a screenshot. I'll repost it my Instagram story, and in 2 weeks we'll do the last day for that. We'll do it like let me look at my calendar here on my laptop. Run it to April 9th, so the rest of this week and next week. So the winner on May 9th, I'll draw a random winner for 6 cents subscription sack. So what trailer for a 6 cent swim jig for lily pads, whatever you want to, man. I personally have been throwing that Divine swim bait. It's freaking awesome. You should see the thump on it. I actually threw through some lily pads the other day. It comes through great. Yes, Valerie -15. You can use it for 2 more days. Get you 15% off Big Red Bass. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much for joining in. This is 4 nights in a row. Tomorrow will be 5. We're going to see if we can do all the way 1 week to a Saturday stream every night. So 6 cents jerk baits are freaking good, man. You can check out my video. It's called Jerking for Jaints, and I smashed some big bass on that provoke. That was the first time I ever used it, and I absolutely smashed them on it. So, guys, I'm going to actually go play some Call of Duty. You can send me a request on Xbox. Here's my Xbox gamer tag. It's called Vol of Duty. Yeah, I know I need to change it. It's something Baitman, but if you ever want to get on there and play. Baitman shirts. I hadn't designed a new one. I just got the bait hub and the Jank shirt on my store. So anyway, I'm gonna jump off here. Gonna play a little COD, relax a little bit. You guys have a great evening. I gotta go make a thumbnail.